Kevin is looking at XOM. So we're gonna pull up good old XOM here. So XOM it's a little frightening right now because we are in a thin zone in XOM to the downside. So we're in that thin zone in XOM to the downside. I would be looking at if we break this 50-day moving average, we have a downside of XOM to revert back to about 100. As you can see, we are starting to even move through that thin zone. The only saving grace is this 50-day moving average. Breaking that will accelerate the downside as well. Let's just check out VLO too, because I saw some guys in the chat looking at VLO. VLO also kind of heading into this thin zone action here within the volume profile. Looking at the downside target here, this one already broke its 50-day moving average. So we could see VLO revert back to 113, even the point of control here at 109. Again, those moving averages are going to help catch this falling knife, if you would say. But VLO also going through a thin zone. We got XOM as well going through a thin zone as well. Also, Style JSP is looking at TME, Tencent Music. All right, so Tencent Music, the chart does look very bullish when you look at the Fibonacci. It made the volume profile breakout. The only thing that's concerning for me in TME is that the volume, look at this. We're in a ginormous thin zone up here. We haven't gained any value yet, which is something I went over yesterday on Pump Up the Close. Make sure to watch that show and learn more about the volume profile. What I would want to see in Tencent to be long it is I need to see a little bit of consolidation up here. We need to grow some value. We need that volume profile to shift. We need bigger bars up at this level, or else this is going to be a free fall. If we lose this $7, I'd actually be looking to short this. If I want to go long, I want to wait for a nice consolidation, gain that value to move higher. Mark, I'm going to bring you up on here. We were looking at VLO, XOM, also looking at TME. I'm kind of neutral. TME, it has to make those moves first for me to react to it. But is big money flow maybe telling us a different story?
I don't have a lot in those on the big money flow side, but let's talk Tencent Music because this is a Chinese ADR. China's had a really nice run up. You're hearing the firms come out and say that they're bullish China again, which means they're bearish China. You might want to, I'm with you on, I think this thing looks like it's played out and it might be time to take the other side of a trade here. Let's look at where this thing has come from. Prior to earnings, this was a $4.75 stock. So it's up almost 100% in an incredibly short period of time. This thing's going to fall back to earth. I think you want to buy puts.
Really? All right. Okay. So Mark, if again, the play out is breaking the $7 level, that's when those puts are going to really come into fruition here. But what would you be, do you see any kind of trade, or are you just generally saying when we break that level, we'll get into some puts?
I mean, for how hard this thing has moved, the implied vol is relatively inexpensive.
Wow.
I'll buy the January 7 puts for 48 cents all day. I'll take them.
All day.
So when the smoke clears, I'm going to go into the market and probably buy like 10 of these.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
this thing is hot garbage.
Shout out to Style for giving us a stock to look into a trade. Mark is looking at the January 7 puts. They're going for about 48 cents all day, baby. All right, Mark. Well, since you didn't see any big money flow with these stocks, I know you caught some big money flow in other stocks. So what did you see? It hurt. It's grisly.
Yeah, BX. I mean, they just could not get enough puts on BX yesterday. This is Blackstone Group. Heard Garrett talking a little bit about the financials. Biggest trade was the Jan 70-60 put spread. They bought the Jan 70 puts. You did see a little profit, a little bit of selling in very near dated puts on the December 9s. But then they're out buying the D's 2386s. Another trade under the radar that they bought in small pieces was the March 80-65 put spread. So this is one where you don't have one like giant trade. I mean, 10,000 is nothing to sneeze at, but you just have an overall theme of traders building big bearish positions in this name and looking to looking to buy it up. And you know what? I'm sorry, those Feb 70s, yeah, those were a buy as well. So they basically were just buying up downside in Blackstone Group, like it was going out of style.
Youch,
Or like
guys.
it's
So
coming
we have
back
some
into
big,
style.
yeah, we have some big ugly money flow here on Blackstone.